the Cimmerian 3 times, so he's now down to only 4 points in the campaign. As he tries again, and Thomas just drew his starting hand, and at the start of a combat, you're allowed to decide to throw away your hand and draw a hand with 1 less card in it. You can only do that at the very start of a combat. He's trying to decide if that's what he wants to do with his opening hand.
I decided I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I thought I was going to, but I decided not to.
Okay, so now you guys are rolling for initiative.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Tony is famous for never mulliganing.
I'm rolling.
I got 4.
Probably something pathetic. I got 4.
Okay, roll off.
Roll up.
You got a 4 too?
Both got 4s.
Oh my god. Jesus.
14 for the giant.
I got
And 13. All right, so the giant just barely has initiative in round 1. Impulse 1.
As usual. Okay. Yep. Picking my things. Dragging them up on the board.
It just... Can I just make one... Just, since we're early in this, let's make sure we watch our language because we want to be as family friendly as possible.
I am totally
Good reminder.
friendly at the
All right, Fencer's Blade Parry from the Cimmerian, and the giant has a Ferocious Blow. So all out attack and closing. So all out attack from the giant, all out defense from the Cimmerian. So the all out attack is +2 for the Ferocious Blow and +2 for the Prowess is 4. 2 for the Fencer's Blade Parry and 2 for the Prowess is 4 on the other side, plus the armor. And close versus keep distance is nothing, so
12.
the giant needs a 12 to hit.
Which he will do, as he is wont to do.
He gets
like
a
12
he
exactly.
did get a 12 exactly.
Of course.
Now it is a red 3, but the red die result doesn't matter on the defense unless it's a miss. So it's an ordinary hit.
Which is only 20 damage, right?
It is 6, 7, 8, 9 damage, dropped by 1 by your armor to 8 damage. So you're taking 1 fatigue and 7 body.
So I'm only 1/3 dead.
Yes.
All right.
1 fatigue, and you're down to 13 body. And there's no change in your initiative because you didn't make a miss.
Okay. This is complicated.
Combat decision.
All right. Show 'em. All right. An ordinary smash, which is +2, against another Fencer's Blade Parry, which is -4. So he's a 13 to hit.
-5.
The armor doesn't do anything against a smash.
It's a smash, right?
Right, but he did get an 11, which is a miss, and a red 2, so he has to pause next impulse. In addition, the initiative state goes to fastest fighter. Oh, actually, that's a Fencer's Blade Parry?
It is.
Fastest and win ties, which it is. So the initiative automatically goes to the Cimmerian.
Well, he has to pause too, right?
He has to pause. You've gained an opening where he has paused, and you have the initiative after. You can't do a ferocious blow here because you just did an active defense.
That's a nice thing about the advanced defense that Fencer's Blade Parry is. Gives that extra bonus on the
Yep, it has the extra benefit of winning ties on initiative for fastest weapon. And then it also has the extra benefit that if the other guy rolls a red 10 against you, you can't be disarmed. You just have to pause.
Right.
All right. Pause to pause. So he basically only had ferocious blow attacks, is what he's telegraphing there.
I lost one of my cards. I don't know where it went.
No. Play without it. I think it's here. Let's
see if that's the card. That is the card. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you have the initiative. Going in impulse 4. want me to drag it out for you?
No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one.
Okay, and draw it back.
Drawing it back. I need to do something else. Alright, we'll do this.
All right.
Out, and here we go. I am flipping.
Just a ferocious blow and a smash. So he has only his armor for defense, and you've got all 6 of your attack for 2 for the ferocious, 3 for your prowess, and 1 for the sword. So +5, you need a 6 to hit him.
It's failed before.
You got a 6 on the run die. So that's a modified red 7. Is nothing special, but he does lose his blow.
All my strength.
Okay, he uses all his strength to do extra red damage, so he flips that over. He can only do that once per fight, but he can here. So he's doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, down 1 to 10 for the armor. So you're taking 1 fatigue and 9 body, Baron.
1 fatigue down.
9 body to 16.
7 and 16, yep.
Yep. So tagged him solid, but take like 2 more like that. 2 more impulses. Initiative is still with the Cimmerian.
Are we ready?
1 second. I'm just move my card up. 1 sec. Go. I'm ready.
He's got a defense against a pause.
Last impulse.
At you now. At you now.
Do you have your card? You do.
He's got another defense
Smash.
against the smash. So the smash is just +2, and his defense is just -4, so 13.
Rolling.
Hexy poo hex on you. Nope.
That is
I'm
the
dead.
17 with a red 7.
Red
Good.
7.
Red 7 is nothing special. So it's an ordinary hit, which is 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 damage, 1 + 8. 1 fatigue and 8 body.
I'm down to 5 and 5.
So
And that means I take a wound.
Yes, you take a wound card.
By the way, it looked to me like it was going to be an 11.
Flip it.
It was on the 1, and then it tilted over to the 7. So, I don't know if you guys saw
Take
that.
the wound card.
Bruised. Smash applies. And there's no save against that.
I
Just
love the
have
bruised
no-
condition.
I have no.
Makes all of his active defenses 1 worse and all of his attacks 1 worse.
That's the end of the first round.
Yep, so you're each losing another fatigue.
Losing a fatigue.
And that's down to 4 fatigue for the Cimmerian.
Uh,
He's been hit twice and fought around.
Yep.
All right. Drawing new hands.
I'll look at my cards. Sorry, give me a second.
You probably also want to pick up your last movement tactic.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And you guys are going to dice for initiative at the start of the round.
Oh,
All right, let's do that now.
Yep.
Please.
Do that first.
Like fail. I got
12.
13.
You got
13. So the Cimmerian has initiative at the start of the second round.
I'm looking at cards. Give me a second. I am going to half sword you.
Okay. This gives him +1 to red die for certain kinds of attacks. You haven't picked your stuff yet, but don't show it yet.
I'm not doing that yet. Yes. I'm trying to pick it.
All right. What you got?
I have that and
He's got to keep distance and dodge. And you've got to close and thrust, artful thrust. Okay, so keep distance and the close are going to cancel. The dodge is going to be -4. The artful thrust is going to be +3 for your prowess and 1 for your sword. Is also +4, but also -1 for his armor. You need a 12.
on anything Slightly above average, please. Of course not.
And is an 11 just barely miss?
Of
So armor
course.
made the difference.
Well, hold
Red
on a
6
second.
becomes red 7, so that's nothing special.
Well, hold on.
There's a couple things that are going to
I'm
happen.
going to use entanglement
Yep.
now.
Yep. You can do that because you did not attack and you were not hit. So you throw your whip and try to entangle him.
Hold on, I've got a
Here's
question.
my 2 dice.
I've got a question before you handle that.
Yes. Yes.
He used half sword and he did an artful thrust, so he had +2 to the red die. He rolled a red 6, so it's an 8
You're correct.
wound. Right. So I
You're
know
correct.
the armor
You're
might
correct.
kill it, but I figured.
You're absolutely right. Good catch. I forgot the half sword part. So you're right that it was a W result. W result, which means he's going to do red damage. He didn't hit, so he doesn't do normal damage. So that's going to do 2. His armor's going to stop 1 of it, but he's going to take 1 fatigue from the glancing blow.
There we go.
Well caught, Tony.
Okay.
But
And
he
then,
still doesn't count as having been hit, so he
Right.
can still use his ability.
Entanglement,
Right.
yep.
and then
Yeah, so
Thomas.
he's trying to use.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So here's my entanglement roll.
Yep.
Which I will be entangled. Oh, yep.
It is
I am.
12.
A 12.
So that means that it succeeded, but it is lost. So this is the only time he's like wrapped around him. So you can turn that over. You're not going to get to do it again. Yep. So you draw 2 bash cards. You get to put 1 on them, type O.
Here's
Of
2
your
dash
choice.
cards,
Thomas, don't forget you have sure-footed.
And
I'm already looking at the card.
they both are. I'm going to do knocked down.
Yep. So he puts knockdown on him.
I'm rolling my.
Hang on.
sure-footed.
So let's explain to you what you're doing. So the bash thing did work and did put knockdown on him, but he has the ability sure-footed, which gives, if you're not mounted and you were bashed, roll 11 plus to save against the bash effect. He can do this once per fight. So he gets to try to cancel the being knocked over by the whip wrapping around his legs. He needs 11 plus to do so.
And I actually succeeded at something.
That
13. Okay.
that was a good save.
So he managed
wait,
to.
Wait,
Oh,
put that
God.
back. Put that back. Put the bash card back. The knockdown. I wanted to highlight it real quick.
Yep.
Flip it over.
Yep,
Okay,
sure.
because this was a 3-star bash condition, which would have clobbered the Cimmerian. You know, it would have been +2 to be hit,
Minus 1 hand.
discard to be hand. This is almost as bad as it gets when it comes to bashes. There's one that's worse,
Yep.
but it would have been a big bash. That was a big save. All right, go ahead.
Only slightly worse.
Yep. Discarding your hand and cannot attack and +2 to be hit and is it's pretty nasty. It means you're knocked on your rear for the remainder of the round. And happening early in the round like that, that's the right time to use that ability because it can have the biggest effect then. But his save. Now the other thing, you did get rid of his. You did get rid of his. Yeah, but you have to flip over.
I'm trying to.
You also use the half sword. The half sword will turn back over, but the other ones will not. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, he
The
used,
other thing that
did he
happened
use
though
all your
is
strength? He used all your
you
strength.
guys. He can't use all his strength because he didn't hit for normal damage.
Okay.
He only hit for red damage. But the other thing that happened though is on the successful dodge, you guys have to redice for initiative.
Okay, here we go.
Goes to longest weapon. We discovered that is tied, and we reroll.
16.
He got it.
Yep. So initiative passes to the giant.
Of course.
So the net is gone. A bunch of abilities are gone. The half sword you can use again next round. One impulse next round.
Hold on, I
But
thought it
the
was-
other ones are one use only.
His net was not retained?
Giant less initiative. The net was not retained. It was lost.
Okay.
Roll 12, 11 to 15, 16 is you succeed in the bashing, but you lose the net that goes on him, or in this case, the whip. All right. So he's got a blade parry, and what's the giant doing? Giant is doing a
Heavy smash.
heavy
How
smash.
many do you have? Jesus.
He has two of those in his deck, just like you have with your Artful Thrust. Okay, so your defense with the blade parry is 4. His smash goes around your armor, so he has +2. He needs a 13 to hit.
This will happen, and I will be dead again for the fourth
Awesome.
time.
He got a red 8. No, he missed but he got a red 8. The red 8 becomes a red 9 because of the heavy smash,
It's a bash.
and that's a bash card. So he missed him
Oh,
but he does get a bash card on him from the mace.
let's
That's one of the
see
things the mace is good at, and he doesn't have a save left against this one.
does smash apply?
No.
No.
Smash does not apply. Reeling, but only slash, cut, thrust, and great blow.
You thought you
Oh,
knocked me
man.
off my feet, and yet I danced around you like a little gremlin.
Dodge that one.
All right. All right. Impulse 3. Oh, sorry. You made him miss, so you guys are redicing for initiative.
Oh.
It's the fastest weapon, and they're tied.
I got
10 to 9. The giant
Oh my
kept it.
God. Jesus.
Oh, that
I
makes me
am
wanna
so
run through
dead.
my,
I'm so dead.
Roma here.
I'm always dying.
Alright.
We will try our best. We will carry on.
Maybe after 6 or 8 times
We
you'll.
will carry on, wayward son.
Baron is not planning on losing this fight. Okay.
68 times.
What do you got, Baron? All right. Ferocious
Oh
blow.
my God.
So he's got ferocious is +2, his paralysis +2. That gives him 4 attack, and then he's got 4 defense +1 for his armor. You need a 12 to hit him.
Let's
Will
roll it.
soon kill me.
That is a miss with a red 1.
Red
Ooh.
one.
So you not only missed him, but you forced him to pause. You guys are also rolling for initiative. So the giant has to pause in this opening.
Let's do the initiative roll just so we don't
Yep.
forget.
Yep.
15.
It's 11. Okay, so
we have initiative.
yep. So the Cimmerian won initiative, and he also has an opening where the giant has to pause, but he cannot ferocious blow into it. He can only do an ordinary attack into it, or pause. All right.
I'm listening.
All right. What do you got?
He has nothing up. Oh, wait, he has his paws.
Ferocious blow.
That's to pause then.
Wait, what?
You
You're not
just did
allowed
an
to
active
do a
defense.
ferocious blow after.
Oh,
an active
fuck.
defense.
Well, I guess I screwed that up.
Yep. That's a pause. All right. You still have the initiative.
Under
Next one.
tournament play conditions, I'm afraid you were stuck with it.
I
Yep.
screwed
That
up.
becomes a pause.
Yep, screwed up.
I mentioned the rule right before you did
You
it.
did.
So if you were listening, you would have
Apologies.
heard.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is what it is.
What do you got next? No, don't show yet.
Won't happen.
Every time you deliberate a lot, you should do the opposite of what you're thinking.
There's nothing really to deliberate. It's just a matter of which is the least worst choice.
And don't deliberate if it's all
Alright.
the same. Just
A
pick
cut.
one.
All right, a cut versus a artful dodge. So the artful dodge is going to be a 4 defense, 5 with the armor, and he's got 3,
Yes.
4,
I missed. I rolled a 7.
and 3.
That's-
And you had a red 4, which doesn't do anything special. You guys are re-rolling for initiative, however.
Do that now.
I moved the dice.
Oh, I got 16.
I don't know what
16, roll again.
I got. Oh, wow.
Oh, here we go.
10,
10.
9.
Nine.
All right, the giant won initiative.
Okay.
2 impulses left
Last.
this round.
Last.
Is this last?
Yes.
Okay, you're right. So you got a blade parry.
What Blade Parry versus what?
Pause. All right. Ends the round. Each losing a fatigue.
Losing your fatigue. Ding! Round is over.
And bruised is no progressive condition. The half sword refreshes. The other abilities do not.
I have initiative.
Wait.
Oh, you're rolling again at the start of the round.
Right.
Yep, you got to roll again. When you're tiled, it's always temporary.
12.
12 to 12, rolling again.
Oh my god.
Rolling again.
It's a fight, close fight. 15, 10.
Jesus.
Okay, the giant has initiative at the start of the third round.
I am. What am I saying?
You're gonna do the half sorting.
Yeah, I'm totally half sorting,
Okay, he's totally half sorting
and I'm missing
on the
one
first
of my.
impulse.
Hold on, I need to figure out what I'm doing here.
All right, he's got a movement tactic, and he's got a combat action. Let's flip him. Close ferocious. Close ferocious. All right, smack.
You're gonna miss.
They're gonna be at contact distance after this, but
You're totally
fight
missing.
might be over by then. All right, so the closing is worth +1, ferocious blow is +2, and prowess is +2. Armor is -1, +4. Baron needs the giant that is needs a 7, and if he hits, he will cancel the other guy's ferocious blow. He rolled a 3.
3. Red 1.
All right.
Oh my god, I can't believe that worked.
You have a reprieve.
All right.
Temporary.
So +1
can't
for the
believe that worked.
closing, and then so you got +1 for the closing, +2 for the ferocious is 3, prowess is 3, sword is 1, you're bruised, so you're down to 6, down to armor down to 5. You need a 6 to hit him.
Well, I've done worse. So, and
It's an 8.
I hit.
8.
I hit with the
And
7.
your red is a modified 4 with a +2 for the ferocious and the half sorting, but that's normal, which means you're going to hit him for normal damage. Have you used all your strength yet?
I have not this round.
It's not a round,
He
it's
used
for-
it. I
for
thought he
this
used
fight,
it in the
but you
first
haven't
combat
used it.
round. He used it in the first combat round.
Oh, you did. Okay, it should be flipped over. It should be flipped over then.
I'm flipping it. Yep.
Okay, so then you're hitting for ordinary damage. So you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 with the armor, 1 + 7.
So here's the 1.
So he is now taking a wound.
7.
He is.
down.
He's going to 9
9
body.
and 4.
Nine
9 and
body.
4.
Thomas,
Yep,
look at
and
your
your
wrestler
wound
card.
card.
Look at your wrestler card, Thomas.
Thomas, draw a wound card.
Can't do that except on round 2, right?
It is about to be. It's about to be that. That's what he's saying. It's about to apply because you both just closed.
Ooh.
All right.
FB
Bruise,
apply.
ferocious blow does apply.
I am bruised.
You're both bruised now.
I'm
Alright.
totally wrestling.
Got a lot of boo-boos.
Yep. So
So now we are in contact.
right. So this can be used on the second impulse only. You close in distances contact or short. You must have one hand free if distance is short.
Okay.
So you can use this right now. You need 11 plus to bash the
Well,
opponent at
hold
the
on a
start of the
second.
impulse.
Hold on. Before we do that. So, because they both close, distance is contact. We know the rules so quickly.
Correct.
We often skip through the distance using the distance and initiative cards. And so
Fair
forth.
enough.
So
Right. So
we should
let's
pull
explain.
out
So
the close distance, or excuse me, the contact distance, which is here. I
yeah,
think.
it's
It's mounted.
It's this one.
Melee. Which one
Yeah.
is it?
yep, it's right here.
Okay, and then that right now it's
So-
a short. If you could flip it the other way around, because then I can. Yeah, thank you. All right, I can highlight it. Oh,
Yep.
excuse me. I'm sorry. You gotta do it the other way. Do it the other way, please.
I don't think it's gonna flip, but
Yeah.
the pop thing is always gonna have the short on top.
Okay. All right. Right.
Yeah.
So
Only weapons with length 0 or 1 may be used this impulse. After cards, roll for push off. High roll bashes the opponent. Prowess to hit and passive shield bonuses apply to this roll. Change the distance to short before the next impulse. So the point is, at this distance, you can only use like punches, daggers, range or bites, range 1 or 0 weapons. Anything range length 2 or longer is too short to be used at this contact distance. So they're at grapple distance basically. But this is exactly also where the Cimmerian's wrestler ability is in its element, because he can play that at the very start of this impulse while they're in that clinch, and he just rolls 11 plus to bash his opponent type O.
Right, but is that separate from the
This is
push
what
off?
we're doing.
That's separate from the push off, right?
It's before. It's whenever he
before
wants
the
to play it.
push-off.
It's whenever
Okay.
he wants to play it.
Okay, so
I'm
he can
doing it
play that.
now.
Okay, good, got it.
As long as the
Before
second
we
impulse
do
and the distance
our
is there.
punch.
Before you do your blow selection, he can do it.
Oh!
19. He succeeded. Okay.
18.
So wrestler.
Well, you haven't drawn
worked.
the bash card yet, so
Yeah. We'll see what it does.
Somebody flip it.
flip it.
Okay.
O applies.
Dazed. O applies. Plus one to be hit. Discard your hand.
Discard
After your
your
next draw step,
hand?
discard this
Oh.
bash card. So you dazed him.
My God.
Oh
whole
my
hand
god.
is going away.
Oh.
So
Discard
he loses his hand.
That's
You're now
terrible.
picking your actions at impulse 2 with the range being 0-1. So if you attack, you can only attack with a punch here.
Or
You
kick.
can't even kick in the clinch.
You
So
kick.
that's length 2.
Oh, okay. Only 0 or 1. Okay.
Yep.
I'm beginning to think I'm a little bit in trouble.
Okay, so he pauses. The distance now becomes short, and he knows that the other guy is just out of cards, so he can just sequence his attacks any ways he wants.
Or
whatever
he could
attacks he's
dance
got.
around
You
them.
are making me very angry.
Okay, so you're gonna ferocious.
Yep.
Are you gonna half sword and ferocious, or just ferocious?
I'm gonna half sword and ferocious, totally.
Okay. All right, so he threw him in the clinch, dazed
wait.
him while he's standing there. He's got a ferocious.
wait. He already half sorted at the start of the combat round.
Was it this round or last round?
It was this round.
You're right. He did.
Oh, you're right.
He did.
I'm flipping it.
You're right. He
flipping
did.
it.
You're right. He did. Okay. So thanks, Tony. So the ferocious blow is +2. The prowess is +3. That's 5. The sword is +1. That's 6. But he is bruised. That's +5. Armor +4, and then daze takes it back up to +5. So he needs a 6 to hit. This dazed giant.
You should roll a 6.
I missed.
And he missed with a 3.
Jesus
All right.
I advise you to roll
Oh,
a
is
6.
it-
Still too close to the clinch. All right. Your next attack. What else you got?
I'm pulling my button up. Here's one. There we go. And I'm flipping it.
Nice.
Okay, an artful thrust. So this one you've just got prowess and sword, and the sword is canceled by your bruise, so you have +3, +4, +3. You need an 8.
I'm dazed.
Which is
Did you
harder.
take that in?
Yeah, I did do that.
Got it.
15 with a red. I don't know
7.
You
what
can't see it.
Yeah.
Red 7.
Yeah,
Red
7.
7 becomes red 8
Yep.
with the thrust, and that's a W. So that means you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. You're doing 1 + 9, which is going to exactly take him to
Oh
0.
my god,
Wow,
4
you
times.
did it.
4 times.
4th time you did it.
Jesus.
You had to use every ability you had.
So
Well,
what's his score?
No,
Wrestler for the win.
you guys were totally right that I should have had way more defenses
You
in my
should have
deck.
charged in for distance a lot.
What? No.
You're better at close
Yeah,
in
I think-
fighting. You
I
have
think,
the half
yeah,
sword
wrestler and
ability.
half
Yeah, but
sword
you-
lends itself to close in fighting. I would agree with
So,
that.
yes,
You should have been
but hold on,
closing
hold on,
every
Down.
round.
Hold on. You kept winning initiative.
He's right. He's right that often
Every
if he's
time.
worried about a closed ferocious blow, close fencer's blade parry is one way of handling that. But you are making it too easy for him to hit you when you know he's attacking you, and that's going to take the risk of an 11.
That's
So
fair.
I can understand wanting to keep distance, to make it 13 to hit him when you know the other guy's going to be coming all out. So sometimes your abilities and the head game of I know he's going to attack, so I have to defend. Just they work differently. You can't always go in when you want to. But
Well, I threw
this was
caution
an
to the
interesting
wind.
fight. I mean, you really this one you had to get through with using all of your abilities. He did get the full net hit on you with a full knockdown, and you had to save against it. and then you had to use all your strength because you got him only to 0 damage. If you hadn't used all your strength, you wouldn't have gotten him. And then you also had to use the wrestler because that's what dazed him and set him up for those attacks. So basically, you had to use every ability in your repertoire
Totally.
to get through him on the 4th time.
Totally. And the thing is, I finally said, basically, he's going to attack. I know he's going to attack, but screw it. I'm going to use, a ferocious blow and hope that he does not hit me.
Yeah, yeah.
And he totally,
That was
that
good
one
gamble.
time
That was
that
good
I
gamble.
basically
Yep.
threw
One
caution
time.
to the wind, he totally flubbed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was like the whole turning point. I was like, if I'm not going to hit him, I'm not going to hit him. So I'm going to hit him, and he will not hit me.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right, I'm
So,
stopping the
it's
recording.
fun. So
Stopping the recording.
wait.
Oh.
Before you stop
I
recording,
love
All right. Before I stop, go ahead.
one more thing before we stop recording. So just the end of the whole thing. So it took him 4 tries. That means he died 3 times and he had to level up twice. Sorry, heal his body twice. So it cost him 8 points for that. He earned 6 points in the first 2 rounds. He earns 10 from the last. So he's got 10 minus 2. His final score for the whole campaign is 8. You can post that against other people's scores. There's also a little set of ranges that tells you what that counts as that you can look up. But if anybody else manages to speed run it more with less,
that you will be able to look up.
yes, you will be able to look up.
Public yet.
Yes, it's going to be in the campaigns and skirmishes, explaining how these campaigns are scored, so that's going to be there. And the other thing I was going to say is, if you can compare that with how other people do on it, the more times you lose a fight or have to heal up for the next fight, the lower your score getting through it. If you can speed run the whole thing, you'll post the high score. All right,
That was
that's
a
it.
great